No one's challenging Ocon for the win now. Esteban Ocon is going to be a Grand Prix winner.
Lewis Hamilton takes championship lead after shock win for Esteban Ocon at Hungarian GP. French driver Esteban Ocon sealed his first victory in Formula One with Renault-owned Alpine on Sunday at a chaotic Hungarian Grand Prix that had to be restarted after first lap chaos. Sebastian Vettel came in second for Aston Martin, while Mercedes' 7-times world champion Lewis Hamilton completed the podium after starting on pole position and then having to fight back from last at the Hungaroring. Hamilton thus regained the championship lead from Red Bull's Max Verstappen. The young challenger's Red Bull was damaged in the first lap crash, which took out 5 cars, and he eventually finished 10th, leaving Hamilton to take a 6-point lead in the championship. Hamilton, jeered again by Verstappen's fans, said, "It was definitely tough. We always make it difficult for ourselves. It is strange to think we were the only one on the grid at the restart, but these things happen. I was telling the team how the track was throughout the lap onto the way to the grid, but they said rain was coming. I saw everyone diving into the pits, but anyways. The race was filled with action from start to finish." Mercedes driver Valtteri Bottas was slow off his marks in wet conditions. After under-braking for the opening corner, he crashed into the back of McLaren's Lando Norris, who then bumped into Verstappen. Bottas also crashed into Verstappen's Red Bull teammate Sergio Perez. However, Hamilton remained in control and at the front of the field. The safety car was deployed before the race was red-flagged to deal with the debris from the first lap. After 25 minutes, the race restarted, but Hamilton was the only driver not to change to the slick tyres following the parade lap. Hamilton had to do the same a lap later and came out in last place, a couple of spots behind Verstappen. But a clever second stop by Mercedes for hard tyres on lap 20 outwitted Red Bull, and Hamilton moved ahead of Verstappen after he came in for new rubber. Now it was Verstappen's turn to feel frustration as he was stuck in 11th while Hamilton was already up to 5th by lap 35 of 70. To give Hamilton a shot at victory, Mercedes made a third tyre change with a little more than 20 laps remaining. But he had to get ahead of the 40-year-old Alonso first. Alonso held off a first attack on lap 55 and blocked him 2 more times on lap 57, with Stella defending on the inside. When Hamilton finally got past him, there were only 5 laps left and Sainz Jr. just ahead. He overtook him, but by then the front 2 were too far ahead. Stuck in a job without a pay rise? Here's what to do. Chris Greaves, the managing director of Hayes Gulf region, says those without a pay rise for an extended period must start asking questions, both of themselves and their employer. First, are they happy with that, or do they want more? Job seeking is a time-consuming, frustrating and long-winded affair, so are they prepared to put themselves through that rigmarole? Before they consider that, they must ask their employer what is happening. Most employees bring up pay rise queries at their annual performance appraisal and find out what the company has in store for them from a career perspective. Those with no formal appraisal system, Mr. Greaves says, should ask HR or their line manager for an assessment. You want to find out how they value your contribution and where your job could go, he says. You've got to be brave enough to ask some questions, and if you don't like the answers, then you have to develop a strategy or change jobs if you are prepared to go through the job-seeking process. For those that do reach the salary negotiation with their current employer, Mr. Greaves says there is no point in asking for less than 5%. However, this can only really have any chance of success if you can identify where you add value to the business. Preferably you can put a monetary value on it, or you can point to a sustained contribution above the call of duty or to other achievements you think your employer will value.